So I'm a little bit retarded. And I lost the audio for the first half of this video, so this is going to be a recorded voiceover. This guide mainly applies to plutonium and essentially BO3, but not as much as the movement system of the older games is kind of the main thing being covered here. So I do just want to keep that in mind for everybody watching. Um, but anyway, I do hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. If there are any questions, please go into my comment section. This is dedicated to Hussein, and yeah, let's get right into it. So, starting off for this guide, I am going to have my keyboard overlay on so you guys can see all the buttons. For those who literally have never touched a PC in their lives, the W key is to move forward, the A key is to move to the right or left, and the D key is move to the right, and the S key is to move backwards. So, those are the main movement keys you're going to use. I'm not really going to cover the crazy movement yet because I'm not going to use that till later in the video. However, these are just the basic movement keys you're going to need to know. Okay, starting off, since this is round 1, I'm going to shoot the zombies bit 4 or 5 times, even 3 if there are fire around the zombies because they explode. They have less health when there's fire around them. And then I'm going to knife. The reason I'm doing this is so that I can maximize the points, and you can do this on literally any zombies game. Not the new ones, because the different point system, but on BO3, 4, this works. So, yeah. You're gonna see me do this for a bit. I am gonna cut over to... Oh, wait, no. The round has already ended. My bad, ladies and gents. But, here we go. So, as you can see, I don't have a gun. I only have the 1911. So, I am going to go over here and fetch something called a wall weapon. A wall weapon is what that looks like. And the main ones that you're going to find in these older games are the M14 and the Olympia. If you're on World at War, it is going to be like the Kar 98 and the Juair. But those are the two main weapons. You're all the time you're picking the M14. Usually I would have bought the MP5 that I actually just looked at before. But I'm not going to do that because I want to actually make this tutorial as beginner friendly as possible and show you all of the guns that you're going to want to use before all that. So, what you're looking at here is Juggernog. Juggernog is one of the... No, not one of. The best perk in the game, and you're going to always want this. Especially on these older games. 2 hits, and it's over. You're back to reset, unless you have Quick Revive, but we're going to talk about that later. So, you're going to want to instantly get this. There's no delay. If you have a gun that kills, and a gun that gives you points, you are set to get this perk, and you're going to need it. So, as you can see, I'm kind of just, again, this was meant to be, a voiceover while I was playing the game, but fucked itself. So here we are, just watching, and I'm gonna commentate over, obviously. So here's one of the 7 drops, and this is called a double points. I think it's pretty obvious what it does. For every shot, the points you earn is doubled, and for when you melee, it goes from 130 points to 260. So very good, especially in these earlier rounds. And I'm going to pick it up here. And as you can see, my points are getting doubled. Now, pretty much what I'm just trying to do is get Jug and maybe go get Quick Revive as well. I'm more of an experienced player. I have 6 years on zombies, which is not even that much considering this is a almost 20-year-old mode. But yeah, as you can see, it's one of the earlier rounds, and I'm literally looking for zombies. Zombies aren't even hoarding me yet. But this is another one of the drops, and this is a nuke. So, a nuke in these earlier rounds is not very good unless it's, the end of the round, because at the end of the round, it's just 400 free points. If there's, 1 or 2 zombies left, you can pop the nuke, and as you'll actually see, I just go and end up just popping it, because I don't see any zombies, which means there are practically no zombies anyway. And boom, I have 2,500, which is enough for Juggernog. Now, when I buy this perk and you look in the bottom left, You are going to see the round tally that I forgot to mention earlier, and you're going to see all the perks you own, and I only own Jug. Now, I'm playing this on solo. And solo, a lot of times you are going to need quick revive. So, psych bitch, I lied. We're gonna go over on ammo. So as you can see, I run out of ammo in my M14. My 1911's out of ammo, but the 1911 is hot dog shit on Pack-a-Punch. So we're not gonna cover that. Now, if you have a gun from a wall buy, this applies to any gun, this applies to the MP5, any wall gun. You could go and buy ammo for that wall gun, and when it's Pack-a-Punched, it's just pretty much costs the amount to Pack-a-Punch it. And pretty much this is why having a wall weapon is always really good, because you can just buy ammo instead of having to spin the box and re-get that gun that you wanted. But anyway, you'll see that I enter up here, and that's the mystery box. This will be covered in a minute, and this is quick revive. On solo, quick revive costs 500 points, and essentially just gives you 3 extra lives. When you run out of those lives, quick revive disappears, and you're on your last one. And if you die, and you have to reset. And if you don't have quick revive when you have it, you die, and you just reset anyway. So, as you can see in the bottom of the screen, I have the insta-kill, and it's pretty self-explanatory what this does. It literally screams out insta-kill, like, I don't know how more obvious I could be, but this is pretty much, like, the main drops you're going to see is a double points, nuke, insta-kill, and another drop that you're going to hate, but we'll get to that in a minute. While we wait for the drop that I absolutely fucking despise, here's something called the max ammo. Do I really need to tell you what this means, or is this more of a self-explanatory one? Now, as you can see here, I'm actually training up these zombies and jumping over the lava bits. Now, this is a skill that is a little harder to teach because of how simple it is, but the amount of experience you need to truly learn it. To boil it down, essentially what you're going to do is you're going to hold W and either hit A and D to train the zombies in a circular type of motion so that they're directly behind you instead of scattered around and you have less space to move and get away. Now, as you see here, I'm going to hit the box because I want to instantly... Oh gosh, geez, hiccups. But I want to instantly trade out my 1911 and hopefully get something called the Wonder Weapon. The Wonder Weapon is either a ray gun or a ray gun Mark II, and these guns can be pack-a-punched, which is another thing we're going to go over soon. But let's just get to the other shit first. So as we can see here, I end up trading out my M14 for a MP5 and accidentally pick up a nuke. Honestly, I kind of needed the points here because I want to get Pack-a-Punch. Now, Pack-a-Punch is the machine you see right to the right of me that I just passed. Essentially, this machine doubles your damage, doubles your fire rate, and doubles your ammo for the certain gun you put in. It costs 5,000 points, and on town, it is available right from the get-go. Okay, so I cut the footage a little too short here, so here's what you're going to look at, is on the left, that is Stamina Up. It is the third perk icon that I bought. You can actually see it down in the bottom left. And it is allowing me to do the shit I'm pulling right here. This is called getting the fuck out of a sticky situation. And actually, we're going to put a replay on that shit real quick. So, give her a quick second here, and as we can see, all these zombies are heading right towards my direction right as I finish purchasing the perk bottle. I immediately go to the corner, that way all the zombies get baited into the corner. Fortunately, a couple zombies were on me, so I'm doing something where I am baiting the zombies into a direction so I can exit out and do this escape again. This is a partial form of training the zombies, because your goal with training, and the entire purpose of it, is to make sure that you are getting these zombies away from the space you need to get out of there in the rare occasion that you might be, well, not the rare occasion, but in the occasion that you might be swarmed. That is a carpenter that I just picked up. It is useless. It reboards windows, and that's all it does. It is the most useless power-up in the game, and if you get it, you should be sad. I want to show a big aspect of zombies, and that's failure. I took a pretty shitty down here, I'm going to be perfectly honest, and unfortunately it meant I had to rebuy all of my perks again. So as you can see, this is not the greatest situation. It is only like round 9, Which, by the way, and I do want to say this, dying in zombies, you are gonna fail a lot. I used to struggle to get to round 3. And I know people who've been playing zombies for years who struggle to get around 20. So, really, you need to just try and learn, and you just want to learn all the good maps. This map here is actually not really as good as a map. It's just good to kind of get into zombies. And as we can see here, I rebought Jug. Now, I really should have probably just bought Quick Revive first, but honestly, I figured, okay, I may as well get Jug because I'm just that fucking goated. And we're going to actually fast forward because it's pretty much just rebuying all my perks again and then eventually getting Pack a Punch. So, bada bing, bada boom, I have 6k points. I'm just going to go ahead and with the gun I got from the box, which, by the way, you are to not hit the box until you have decent guns. Like the MP5. Like, realistically, I should have probably Pack Punched the MP5. But instead, I hit the box. And that's kind of what forced me to take it down. So it's important that you make sure you have good guns, Juggernog, and maybe Quick Revive if you're on solo, before you do gambling. So, that is all of the basic stuff. Most of the perks, which is mainly the main 4, except Double Tap, I forgot to mention. Double Tap is just a kind of square, orange-ish perk machine that doubles your rate of fire and damage. It is 2,000 points, and I will eventually come across it, and when I do, I will tell you about it. But for now, we are just going to go over general movement tips, and for the main reason that I have my keystrokes on here. Okay, so now that we're in the later rounds, you're going to notice how I'm kind of doing these circles, and I'm avoiding, separating the zombies here. You'll notice how I'm not immediately shooting them. The reason I'm doing that is if I train up all of my zombies, so then I shoot them like this, I actually get all of the zombies respawning at an easier pace rather than just having them all come from different areas. It's much more efficient, and it is how you should be playing zombies. You'll notice that I'm also jumping over these lava parts. That is something that is very important, as the lava is a big giant pain in the ass on this map. I really don't know why they added it, and even in the remakes, they still had it. It's so bullshit, it's so confusing. I don't know why, but it's there, and you have to deal with it, unfortunately. But as you can see, it works really well. I didn't get red screened. I didn't really have any close calls, but you will see me end up going to Double Tap, and that's it in the corner there. It is next to another box location, so if you get the teddy bear from the box, you're gonna end up probably having to go over there so that the box is hittable, because you're gonna want a wonder weapon at some point on this map. And yeah, that's the video right there. I really hope you did enjoy this video. I did kind of try to put a lot of work into making sure that beginners understood most of the mechanics that I possibly could, while making it mostly detailed. If you want to see another video like this, I am actually planning to make a more intermediate guide. And this will cover movement, this will cover high rounds, this will cover a lot more than just town as well. Honestly, one of my most, best tips that I could give you, Holy Grammar, is to get off town and to get off some of these easier maps as soon as you can, because truly, these are not the peak of zombies. You're going to get so many good zombies maps later. I do hope you enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Just while we're here, I would like to show you that this is a speed cola. This pretty much just speeds up your reloads. That's literally all it is.